Hello everybody and welcome to the exciting video today from ProPrinting Systems, where I'm going to teach you how to calculate job costs on your image ProGraph IPF series printer using the status monitor and the accounting manager. This video is for people that have Canon image ProGraph IPF series printers. This will not work with the Pro Series or the TX. There's another video for those. Be sure to check that out. But what we're going to do here is, if you have never used this before, you're going to need to download it from Canon's website. So go to usa.canon.com, CANON.com, and then once here, you're going to type the model printer over here in the search area. Doesn't matter the number, the model number, as long as it's an IPF series printer. For this video, I'm going to use the 770 because I'd like to point out it has a few different versions that you can choose from here. All of the printer software is the same. The only difference between the other selections here, the other options, is the scanning softwares and that type of stuff. So we're just going to click the 770. Again, this will work with whatever model. If you have a 785, a 6400, it doesn't matter what it is. You just type that in, and it brings you the search results for that. So I'm going to scroll down to my 770, and I'm going to go to the Drivers and Downloads tab. Once we're on this screen, notice that it does detect automatically what operating system you're using. You can see I'm using Windows 10 x64. There is a disclaimer on this. If you are using iOS, the status monitor will not work for you. So this is a Windows-based operating system for PC only. If you have a Mac product or Apple, I don't even know what it is. Is it Mac anymore? I don't know. If you have if you're any type of iOS, you'll have to do the calculation manually, which sucks. But you can still do it. You just are limited to the previous 3 jobs, so you'll have to run that data after every job. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look through the drivers. It is not a driver that you're looking for, it is software that you're looking for. And it is the status monitor. When you hit select and download, it will download the file. It's going to download as a compressed file, so you can either show in folder, it'll locate the file for you, and then you can extract it, or you can just click straight on it here, and it will extract. It's always a great video when it gets interrupted with weird stuff like a sneeze. Excuse me, pardon me, my fault. Anyways, once the file is extracted, you can open the folder and install the setup file, and it will then install the status monitor. So the next step that you'll have is physically opening the status monitor. So as you can see here, I have a 780 connected to my printer right now. So I'm going to double click that, and it gives me what appears to be the printer driver. Notice the tabs across the top. The accounting tab, if I click accounting right here, it is going to grab the data from my printer, and it's going to show me the jobs. You can see here it does give the names. It gives some data. Blaze's birthday. That was my son. We printed some background stuff for his birthday. It shows you the print time, the date that it was printed, all that stuff. So to get this data to calculate, though, you do have to put in a few costs. When you go into settings, first thing you're going to want to do is go into Units and Display. Change this to the customization that you want to see. It defaults to square meters, so if you're in the United States, you'll want to change this over to square footage. Paper length you can leave as feet, so it's easier. You don't have to worry about inches. Paper width, I always put this in inches. And then ink level, you have no other choice. It has to be milliliters. Okay, so once you have that set, now you can go back into Settings, Units, and Display. Oh, I'm sorry. I just used that one. You want to do Unit Costs. And your ink, you'll notice here, you can use the same price for all the inks if you want. 300 milliliter ink tank goes for $127 MSRP. So you can hit OK on that. If you're using different sized inks, you can come down here and tell it. Like, for example, some of my customers like to use small color and large black inks because they don't go through a lot of color. They don't use color. So the 130 milliliter ink tanks are $70. So if you add those in, you can do it just like that. And once you've overwritten, you can hit this and you'll see that the prices have changed. Right? But I'm going to go back to, why do I keep hitting that tab? I'm going to go back to what mine are. I use, I am just having a heck of a time here with this right now. Okay, I use the 300 milliliter ink tanks, and those are sold for $127. Okay, so now I am consistent the whole way down. Now we're going to go into paper. And in this particular printer, I keep a 30-inch roll loaded. I have other printers around that I keep different size media on. These are my showroom models, so I don't like to jump around and change paper sizes a lot when I'm doing demos. So that's why it says 30-inch here. However, you can add paper by clicking here. So let's just add, since I already have plain paper in there, let's add a roll of, how about Satin Photo 170, and a 24 by 100 Satin Photo. I believe they're like 89 bucks. I might be wrong on that, but this is just for argument's sake and video's sake. You're just going to add your data. When you click add, now it adds that profile, that paper to your list. So when you hit OK and you come back here, all of your jobs on your printer, anything that was printed on Satin Photo 170 is going to register now the cost. Okay, so we can see all of this. If you want to export this data, you can highlight everything. Notice I clicked once and I hit Control A on the keyboard. If you don't want to do that, you can hit Control and just click on everything, or you can hit Shift and click to the top. And you can export, and it will export to a CSV file for you, and you can open that and see all that data in an Excel spreadsheet. So that is how you use and operate the accounting manager software with your Canon ImagePrograph IPF series printer. This is Ron Rogers with ProPrinting Systems, and thanks for watching.